morning, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog. It is like a Tuesday morning, I want to say. We got back to California a couple days ago. I spent yesterday getting caught up on work and stuff, and now I'm back in the swing of things. I actually still have like an admin day ahead of me. I'm just kind of doing some like little errands and tasks. I need to make a couple of returns from stuff that I ordered for videos that didn't work out. I need to get my nails done. I anxiously ripped all of my nails off yesterday. There's just a lot of stuff going on in the country and stuff, and it's like, yeah, scary, gross. No one wants to hear about that. So actually a couple of them like were popping off. I just got them done not even 2 weeks ago. That last place I went to shouldn't have gone there. It was a place that I've been before and they didn't do a good job, but I was just kind of desperate, so I went, and I will not be making that mistake again. So anyways, we're gonna go just get a couple small errands done and then head back to the house. And I really want to do some house projects today. I want to build a couple of underbed storage things that I got. I have some, but I need more. We're like really getting creative with storage solutions in this house, but I actually kind of love that. I just think it's fun and exciting. And then we have a piece of furniture arriving today that is going to be so perfect. We'll talk about it later. So yeah, anyways, okay, first things first, let's get these errands done. All right, it's a little while later. The sun came out. I've gotten my short red nails back. I feel like when I don't know what I want to do, I just revert to short red nails. Like there's just something so powerful about it. I don't know. It's like probably one of my favorite nail looks. I like long red nails too, but there's just something about a short red nail that really does something for me. And I really try to keep my nails short. I feel like in vlogs a lot, I see a lot of people do this where they're like, I just want to have short nails, like I can't do the long nails anymore, blah blah blah. But it's like sometimes when you go to the nail salon, they get really mad if you say you want them short and they never cut them short enough. So sometimes I'll even like cut them before I go in. And even today with my toenails, she was like, don't cut your own toenails next time, like they're too short. I'm like, too short for who? What can I say? I like it short. Anyways, okay, we're gonna head home and just get a few little things done around the house. All right, we're home, and while I was gone, one of our pieces of furniture came, but I also ordered some more under the bed storage. I think I mentioned that. So I'm gonna build that first because Drew's in a meeting, or he's about to be in a meeting for work. He wants to help me with the other one because it's his piece of furniture. So these little under the bed storage things have been wonderful. We store our, you can even see back there, we store our like extra bedding in there because we don't have a linen closet here. And it's been, why am I out of breath from going up the stairs? It's been nice, but now we have extra bedding, so we need extra storage. Here we go. First of all, you could just use it as a bag, which some people do, but there's also an option to build like a little frame kind of thing with wheels on it, and that is what we're going to do now. I don't even think you need tools. I think it comes with an Allen wrench, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does. All right, step one is connect these bad boys. Then we take these little frame bits and you screw them in. Gotta make sure these are pointing towards the bottom though. I made that mistake last time because you pop the wheels into the bottom. Should I be like not doing this mid-air? It's kind of just thinking about that. It's really just awkward when you're trying to film yourself doing something. You're like being weird. Holes on the bottom. Oh, are you okay over there? You just stick the wheels in the bottom and you're done. It is truly the best. It makes such a difference for me anyway, when I can just quickly roll it out. It has structure. Like I've done the ones that are just bags before, but this is so much easier. Wow, this angle, phenomenal. And now look at this. Genius. So the struggle is going to be to fit this gigantic quilt we bought in here. It's like kind of was an impulse decision when we first moved here, and I sort of wish we had not, because it's extremely heavy. It doesn't fit like anywhere. It's a pain in the ass to wash. So I don't know. For now, we've got it. All you gotta do is slide it under the bed, and when you're ready to take it out, you can pull from the handles over there. The best. Now I'm gonna repeat that step again, but you don't need to see that. That's boring. I was having lunch and then somebody built the entire thing. So I'm not complaining. I'm doing cleanup. I'm on cleanup duty.
Why do I have any from this? Why is it so heavy?
All right, we're all finished. We moved it upstairs. And here is the reveal. There's not really anything in it yet, but here it is. It's so cute. It's the perfect height. So I'll give you the backstory. We had originally thrifted a tall piece that we thought was gonna go here, but these ceilings are actually kind of short in this bedroom. And after some going back and forth about it, we decided to order this one instead, and this is so much better. It's way shorter. We can do maybe some floating bookshelves on the wall here, some hanging plants, some cute decor pieces on top, maybe even a lamp behind it because it's sort of like in the corner. And Drew is gonna put all of his minis and things that he paints in here. So it's gonna be perfect. But yeah, the unfortunate part is that the thing that we originally thrifted to go in here, which we have been searching for like 6 months, that we thought we finally found, isn't gonna go in here, but we did find a place for it downstairs. We just didn't bring it back from Arizona with us this time. If you watched my main channel thrifting video where I did like 2 thrift stores in one day, I talked about it there. So I did buy it. We're eventually gonna move it over here, but just on a day where we didn't have like a car full of stuff to bring back, you know? So anyways, we have a little Pinterest inspo going, and it's gonna be great. This room actually hasn't been like decorated at all, hardly. I mean, we got it like guest ready because we had a few guests in a row staying when we first moved in. But we really want to like spruce this up and make it a nice office. And then we're actually going to build a little office area in our bedroom for me. But we're kind of getting a couple like household things done. Like we need to fix some outlets and things like that before that happens. All right, I moved from one seat to another. Oh, you can see I finally moved the printer from this little section back here over by the front door, and look how cute it's looking. I actually potentially may use this table that we thrifted. It's like this little kind of semicircle table. We got it for like $10, I think, or $15, I'm not sure. But we may end up putting that in our bedroom as my desk because I don't really sit at a desk all day every day. So I think it might work. And then I might put like a little curtain rod underneath and then like a curtain behind it to sort of conceal like the, you know, laptop cords and things like that. But it's looking so cute. I think we want to take some of your suggestions actually and maybe do like a taller plant on one side, or potentially a coat rack on the other side as well, or maybe even move a lamp, because that's the other thing. So this little corner right here, we have this lamp that we thrifted, and then this piece of art that a family member of Drew's made, and we were thinking maybe we could move that lamp into that corner right here, and then move the tall thrifted curio cabinet in here, and then put more trinkets and like books and things. Because really the only like shelf storage that we have right here is in this built-in, and I'm still in love with this, by the way. I love it so much. And we have up here that we can do things with, but that's TBD. So yeah, we're slowly but surely just adding things and kind of tweaking things and moving things around, and it's actually really fun to do. I'm really enjoying it, and I do feel that with summer coming and, you know, just getting more settled in like our routine and our life and stuff, the back and forth between here and Arizona will wind down like soon-ish, like I would say in the next few months most likely, especially now that it's getting very, very hot in Arizona. So kind of making a game plan of like what we're gonna bring over, what we're gonna sell. I get a lot of questions about that, and really like I've considered many different options. Considered just listing everything on Facebook Marketplace, considered having a garage sale, considered maybe even having like an estate sale. I've considered doing things like on my Instagram stories, you know, it just kind of depends. But yeah, we will take what we would like, maybe possibly get a storage unit for a couple of things, probably not, but maybe, and then we will end up giving the rest to like either friends and family or selling it. So anyway, I'm also super bummed because if you guys have been paying attention, I've kind of been hinting at like a trip that I potentially was going to be taking. I was going to be going across the pond, and it's just not working out, like timing wise, logistics wise, and also just like with the current events that are happening in the US, especially in airports at the moment, like I don't want to take an international trip by myself, which I would be like meeting up with friends, but yeah, it's just not working out. So I had to like officially cancel that today. I mean, it was never booked, but like officially bow out of that today, which is such a bummer. And it's really frustrating to see how much this administration has messed with people's lives and on all different levels. Like obviously this is a very minor inconvenience for me. For some people it's like life altering, for some people it's life ending, for some people it's traumatizing and horrific, and it just kind of infiltrates like every level of everything. It's just awful. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but I was even watching vlogs from like people who live in the UK and their parents are stuck in like, you know, another country because of threats of war. And just, what's that quote where it's like, I always knew that powerful men were going to destroy the world, I just didn't think they would be such losers. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Anyways, that being said, it's an absolutely stunning day. My neighbors have 2 trees that are in full bloom right now that I'm staring at, and they are absolutely stunning. I just went to go check on our garden, and actually, so our tomato plant, as you saw, it's the leaves, she really took a beating in the sunshine, which is crazy because I think they're supposed to get full sun, but I think sometimes when a heat wave happens, there's just like only so much you can do. But we do have some big old tomatoes coming in, and one of them I think is going to be ready to harvest like probably tomorrow, and then there are other ones that are turning red so quickly, and so I feel like in probably a couple days time we're gonna have maybe 4 or 5 tomatoes to eat, and I'm so excited. I've never made it that far in a garden before, so I'm really excited. Maybe we'll make some like bruschetta or something like that, like just something delicious with our tomatoes, and I'm really excited. We have 4 eggplants coming in, I believe, I think. We have 2 pepper, like shishito pepper little flowers coming in. More strawberries are coming. So things are looking up for our garden. And we love her for that. She's a fighter. Good morning. It is a couple of days later. It is about just before 8 a.m. I'm getting ready for the day. I have a big filming day ahead of me. I'm gonna go to a fitting room and I have a meeting and all sorts of other stuff. I just needed a couple days. I don't know, my period this month, not kind. I was going through a lot of like mental stuff, like just so much anxiety. My OCD was off the charts. My ADHD was off the charts, and I just needed a moment. So we're back. This is a new phone case that I was sent by Casetify. They're not sponsoring or anything, but they just sent this to me, and then I put a red Octobuddy on it, and it looks so cute. But what I'm gonna do right now is I want to make a flavored coffee, and every time I've tried to do this, it hasn't really worked out in my favor because it's always too sweet. If you've watched me go to coffee shops, make coffee, etc., I simply cannot have a coffee that's too sweet. Like, it will actually make me gag. It like makes me sick. I don't know how to explain it. I can eat like brownies and cookies and stuff like that, but if a coffee is too sweet, I don't know. It's ruining my day. So I want to make a raspberry white chocolate mocha. I got one at this coffee shop called Lola in Phoenix, and it was so good. It's like one of the best coffees I've ever had. And every time I've tried to recreate it, because the raspberry syrup is sweetened and then the white chocolate syrup is sweetened, you can't get enough flavor without it being overly sweet. So I was thinking if I tried just making like an unsweetened raspberry syrup and then put the white chocolate syrup, like maybe that would help, I don't know. Even though it's not really a syrup if there's no sugar. So I found a recipe where basically just mix half a cup of water with a cup of raspberries and then lemon juice to enhance the flavor if you want. I don't know if we have lemon juice. And then you just cook it and strain it. So I think I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna start with a smaller amount. So I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of water and then half a cup of fruit. We'll see what happens. You can't see what I'm doing there. There we go. Do about half of that for water, and that's pretty much it. We'll just watch it and see what happens. I might need to add more water. We'll see. And then I think you're supposed to simmer it for like 5 to 7 minutes or something. Fingies crossed. I had to turn a light on in here because it's just like a little dark. And it reminds me of being a kid for some reason, having a kitchen light on in the morning. I don't know why. It reminds me of like being at my grandparents' house. Here's what we're looking like. I don't have my drink muddler here. That would be great. Then I could just muddle these, but I'm just trying to like smash them up as much as I can. And I'm gonna check and see if we have any lemon juice, but I don't think we do. Just kidding, we do. We'll just do like that much. Nothing too crazy, but supposedly it brings out the natural sweetness in the raspberries, so we shall see. All right, now I'm gonna pour this carefully, strain all the seeds. Don't have the right sieve. We're working with what we got, right? This is our sample batch. This smells divine. I bet this would be really good in like a lemonade or something. Now if we like this, maybe we'll make a bigger batch. Look at that. Now we have our raspberry syrup. I'm gonna do like most of this in my coffee this morning, so we'll see. Maybe we'll start with like half. And then we're gonna use a little bit of this Ronnie white chocolate mocha syrup, like a little drizzle. We'll start there. We can always add more. And of course, our espresso. Okay, now we're gonna add our milk. Personally, an oat milk girly. Whoa, that is such a cool color. There's like still pink in the foam. It's probably hard to see. Stunning. Okay, let's add our ice. I'm nervous. Every time I've had it so far, it hasn't been good. Okay, there she is. Let me get you a better shot so you can see how true, like the true color. There it is. It kind of looks like chocolate milk. A little bit. Like the red sort of made it darker. All right, taste test time. Cheers. No. Cheers to our white chocolate raspberry mocha. Pretty good actually. It's not bad. It's a little zingy, but I don't really feel like it needs much more sweetener, or does it? I mean, yeah. It's pretty good. I feel like if you like sweet coffee, just make the usual raspberry syrup, like it would be delicious. But this is still a great alternative. It's still sweetened, obviously, but just not as much as like the double syrup thing. I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. Like it's really good. It's never as good as at a coffee shop in my opinion, but still tasty. All right, finished getting ready. I decided to leave my hair like this temporarily, but it's falling out, so it's not gonna last very long. I have an ad to finish for a main channel video. I was actually just yapping on my Instagram stories about this. I find it to be so fascinating. So I got a few DMs of people asking me like, hey, what are your thoughts on like the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special? And I was like, I was 18 when Hannah Montana was on the air. Like I'm a different generation of millennial, and it just made me realize like how we can all be from the same generation, but wildly different in like age, experience, things that defined our culture, things that we loved, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I find it to be like so fascinating and so interesting. So like I'm excited about the Laguna Beach reunion coming up. Like there's a 20-year reunion special coming up in a couple of weeks, and like that to me, that's my Super Bowl. Like that was my #1 show. It was everything to me. I was at the prime age where like that was popular. I was kind of the same age as those people. I was like a couple years younger, but I was in high school when that was happening. Like it influenced what I wore, like what, you know, it shaped me in a lot of ways, which is kind of weird looking back because it's like it was just, you know, other teenagers. But so like that's what Hannah Montana was for a lot of other people. And so I'm not like poo-pooing on Hannah Montana. It's just that it wasn't particularly like of my age demographic, you know? And it just made me realize, because I posted on my Instagram stories, I was like, what kind of like Disney generation were you? Because I was more of the Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, That's So Raven kind of generation. And then there's kind of more of like a Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, High School Musical, Camp Rock, Hannah Montana kind of generation. But I got so many DM replies from people being like, I was both. And I have never gotten more DMs in my entire life. Like, there are thousands, and everyone's just like, I'm both, I'm both, I'm both. And I agree. I was also a little bit of both. Like, I was aware of Hannah Montana. I watched Camp Rock, but I was like, oh, those kids are really talented. Kind of how I feel about like Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter now. Like, I'm like, you could be my child and you're so talented and like amazing, and you go, queen. But it was like different. So like, for example, Taylor Swift. Like, Taylor Swift is, I think, maybe a year younger than me. Or maybe almost 2 years younger than me, and so we are really close in age. A lot of the things that she was singing about, I was going through at the same time, you know, so it felt like a little bit different than listening to her if I was 7. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? And so it's just fascinating how so many of us can be from the same generation, right? Like, we're all millennials. I think the age range is anywhere from 1981 to like 1996 or something. That's 15 years. That's crazy. So it makes me feel like there's multiple generations even within the same generation, you know? And so I was talking about that on my Instagram stories. I got sidetracked because I just find it to be so fascinating. I was talking with another creator who makes kind of millennial focused content, and she was saying that, like, you know, she'll talk about things that were kind of cultural to millennials. For example, making burnt CDs. That was such a big deal to us. Everyone had like burnt CDs in their car and stuff, but she'll get replies from either like very younger millennials or cuspers or older Gen Z and be like, well, wait, we burned CDs too. And it's like, yeah, but you had iPods. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the same, but it doesn't hit quite the same. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. I just find it to be very interesting. I also find it to be so interesting that for so long, there was so much discourse on the internet about millennials and how cringe we were, and how there was a millennial pause, and how we leave a gap above our heads. That's the new one. We leave a gap above our heads when we're filming something, and we liked mustaches and like the Lumineers type of music and stuff like that. And it's interesting because basically everything that we wore in high school is what they're wearing now. Like, when I go out and about, it's like seeing myself as a teenager. It's the low rise, it's the rolled sweatpants, it's the Ugg boots with the skirts, it's the like long tunic tank tops. It's just fascinating to like sort of see how different generations influence others. I do think Gen Z is coming around to millennials, and I'm not speaking for all of Gen Z, obviously, but just the whole generational thing is always a fascinating topic to me. So anywho, this millennial needs to go film my little ad thing, and then I have my meeting in like an hour. Got a lot to do before then. Just thought I'd catch you up on the goings on my Instagram. Oh, and yes, in case you saw that, I am still wearing my pajama pants. Alright, that is done. I have changed and gotten myself ready. I need to put all this away, honestly. And now I'm going to hop on a call in 2 minutes. Doesn't seem like I've left this spot actually, but I have. I'm going on a quick call because my manager is actually going on maternity leave soon, so she is introducing me to someone who's going to be taking over for her during the, you know, period where she's gonna be gone. I need my headphones. I am looking forward to having an office area in here so I don't have to sit on the floor and put my computer on my bed to take calls. But you know, it's life. Hello. Hi. All right, just made it to this little mall area where the Old Navy is, because I'm gonna film a fitting room video for Old Navy, which I think might be out by the time you see this. I'm not sure. Oh my God, there was a giant crow. I love crows, by the way. I think I've mentioned that before. I think they are the most fascinating animal. They can talk more than parrots. My friends and I were just talking about this. All of my friends and I are in like our bird watching era. We have the Merlin app, we're obsessed. But crows are genius. They remember faces. They hold like multi-generational grudges. Like if you like, you know, piss someone off, the rest of their family is gonna come for you. I love it. I just think it's so cool. Drew always makes fun of me and says I'm the bird lady from Home Alone with my obsession with crows, but they're just so cool, and I feel like they're just such brilliant animals and they should be respected. We used to have, in our neighborhood in LA we used to live in, we had a bunch of crows in the neighborhood, and I would like say good morning to them and stuff when I'd be walking Layla and whatever, and Drew would be like, you're insane. And I'm like, I want them to remember that I'm nice. And I would try to find little shiny things to leave out for them, because I think that's kind of, I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. Like, they enjoy shiny things like pennies or like little things that they can, I don't know what they use them for, I'm gonna be honest. And then in turn, sometimes they bring you gifts. They bring you like a little something. But that's never happened to me. But I just think they're the coolest. Anyways, we're gonna film this fitting room video. We will check in after. All right, just wrapped it up in the fitting room. I ended up getting one thing, which you guys will see. I talked about it in the video. But yeah, lovely afternoon. It is now just before 1 o'clock. I'm gonna head home, eat some lunch, and continue on with our day. I'm back home. I changed into my cat shirt, aka my pajamas. Like, I literally have my slippers on and all is right in the world. I think I'm gonna make some lunch. Drew's, unfortunately, he's upstairs with a migraine. So I'm gonna try to give him some space to just rest in our bedroom, and I might go in the other room and like get some editing done and stuff, because it's only like just before 1:30. So I think I'm gonna make some lunch and do that. And I think I'm actually gonna end the vlog here. So sorry if this was a boring one. No, I have to stop doing that. Sometimes it's boring, but hopefully you enjoyed spending a little time with me. I appreciate you being here so much. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next vlog. Bye.